I'm going to talk about a little bit on these huipiles. Each one is different and each one involves a different amount of time to create. For this one, for example, this one, as you can see, has animals on top. They are deers or horses. Some are birds. To the Mayans, it was really important to always wear something or carry something that had to do with nature, that had to do what they were surrounded with. And for centuries, animals were very important to them. And the colors they used on this one are very light. The reason is because they want the animals to be seen. This one is a more traditional huipil. You will find it very common in the indigenous women in Guatemala. These are essentially from the town Chichicastenango. Right here, you can see that the animals are represented are eagles. In Chichicastenango, you will find a lot of eagles because of how high this village is in the mountains. And because that it's high, you can sit and you see a lot of eagles around 5, 6 in the morning. They drew them together because usually you always see these eagles for some reason in pairs. In Chichicastenango, you will always find flowers during the markets. You'll find a range of flowers. As you can see, they have orange right here, pink right here. Chichicastenango is a very colorful village, which is why their huipiles are filled with color. Next, we have this huipil, which again is a lighter color, but this one has more of a shape design. A lot of the indigenous people love creating different shapes because they love guessing what drawing or what image you can see. What was created right there is an eagle. What this part right here represents is the head, and the body right here is in the middle, and right here you see they represent the wings. The eagle, like I said, is very important for the Mayan people, especially the people from Chichicastenango. They always like having people guess what they find in their clothing, even though they don't say it, but it's more of a game to them. And it's their way of having some fun with the locals. And normally when you see a lot of women in this town, they will wear all of these. And as a local, you get used to it, but if you're a foreigner, your mind starts going everywhere because you just don't know what you're seeing. Sometimes you see an eagle, sometimes you see a dragon, sometimes you see a deer, sometimes you see a horse. So they do it on purpose just to stand out. And some even say that they do it, the more complicated a design gets, the more they have fun. They especially like wearing very detailed huipiles to just get more attention from everyone else. This one right here is a very common huipil you see in all of Chichi. A lot of women use it because it just goes with everything. The flowers represents nature, represents beauty, represents everything to what the Mayan culture is. So like I said, in Chichicastenango, you will always find flowers everywhere, and this, you will always see it at least in one person, if not the entire town. These three right here are commonly used as an everyday base. This one right here, on the other hand, that has the eagle, will only be used when it's a very important event, because to them the eagle represents strength, courage, power. So this one you would find it normally in a wedding, or if there's some sort of pageant, indigenous pageant within the community, or if a new president is being elected, or a new government, anything that has to do with that sort, they will wear the eagle in hopes that the country will prosper. This right here is a pillowcase, but it was made from a huipil just like this one. This huipil is lighter. Reason is that Chichicastenango is, like as I mentioned before, is in the upper hills where it's really cold. And it's really interesting how the people change in color, skin, height, hair, compared to just these two. Over there, they don't really use dragons or eagles or animals because it's much more in a lower area. So what you find over there, since it's really tropical, is more flowers. This right here is the corte. It's the skirt that they wear with this. Normally this skirt is not really used. You sometimes can find it in Coan, but a lot of people don't use it because it's really hot. You will find this in Chichicastenango in the towns that are much colder, because this, like I said, is really heavy. And even though it's a skirt that goes up to your ankles, it will keep you warm.
You just finished watching a video about Guatemalan textiles. Do you have any at home? You can have something like the huipil I'm wearing today, or the purse, a bracelet. I want to see it. Remember to use our hashtag GUAArtefest or GUA Artefest on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, and tell us the story about the huipiles or the textiles you have at home.